What's going on, peoples? What is going on? Am I live yet? Yeah, we're live. Cool. Alright. We are live. Good afternoon, and welcome to the afternoon session. I hope you're doing very well, just as I am doing. Awesome. Okay, so let's begin. We're gonna begin as usual with our London. What? We're gonna begin with our usual dollar. Pardon me. With our usual dollar, and this is where we are at. Right, Monday. We were expecting Monday we were expecting price to drop to this gap on the 4-hour right here, and during the live session we had this incredible move to the upside, and we are back down there again. So we are looking for the continuation to the downside to the next level that I mentioned on Monday. So my next downside objective is this one here. So next target is dollar coming down. I think we've worked the breaker enough. So if you see, we have a high, a low, a higher high, and then we break down, came back up into this last up candle, reject, and then it came back up again into the breaker, and we've seen rejection. Today we gap down, went back up to fill the gap, and then we rejecting. So I'm expecting price to now break down and go to this level here. Okay, so if we do get that, then that means our foreign currencies are to start going up. Our foreign currencies will start going up. So particularly I'm looking for a continuation on the upside on euro after the stop run that happened here. Okay, this is a bull run. It's gonna go up, so we are looking for this kind of move to the upside. So if we clone this and then put it on that one, so that's the kind of move we are expecting right here. Okay, so that's the kind of move I'm expecting on euro going forward. So entry wise, these 3 down candles, you could use that, right, as a shield, because this morning when we had our live session, I gave my members this level to look at for potential price to come here and then reject and go higher. I fell short to get there. So you could use these 3 down candles as a shield and then look for a continuation to the upside. So you can do something like this, protecting yourself here for now, and then look for this upside objective. But you want to take something off here and then there because those are two high time frame 4-hour levels. That is a gap that is going to be filled in, and usually when we reach a gap, they do tend to I'm on the daily, they do tend to retrace price. So these two gap, this one and that, the lower portion, the higher, you want to take something off here and then something off there, and then ultimately I'm expecting price to go here. Right, and that is my next upside objective on euro. So I still have, or we still have room to the upside, but I don't hold on to the trade still there. We take profits as it's going. So these are your upside objectives for now: 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So anytime it pulls back down, okay, you want to get an entry to continue going higher. So that's that on euro. British pound, I'm still looking for the equal high, this high and that high. For trade idea wise, not really good pattern that we have on this at the moment. We've broken market structure here, so we're currently trading at the breaker with the order block at the same area. So we're currently trading here. So for a good entry, you might have to wait for price to break or close above this high, and then you can look for longs. Okay, so on this one, wait for price to close above this high, then you can look for longs, because we are stuck below this breaker and bearish order block, so price is not moving anywhere. So you might want to wait for price to close above that high, and then you can start looking for longs, and then your longs you're going to hold for the equal high, or you can look for the 1.35 figure, 1.35 as your upside objective. So that is British pound. On NZD, NZD is very bullish. Okay, NZD, I've mentioned since Monday that you want to get in line, you want to get an entry on this to continue going higher. Any pullback you want to get in. Okay, so today we have, or yesterday we had a pullback. I joined in here with this pullback. I had an entry. It's a down candle on the daily. This, okay, and the 4-hour down candle. So that's what I use to get an entry to continue going higher. My upside objective is 70.63. That's what I'm looking for on NZD. This morning, I told members to wait for price to close above this high, and then they can look for an entry. So if you see price close above here, okay, we do have a breaker in place, so you can look for a long to continue going higher. Right, so wait for price to close, this candle to close above this high, and then you can start looking for longs. Okay, and your stop goes below this low, and then your target is up there. You could wait for and see if price will come back to the this last up candle. You could wait for to see if price will come back there once it closes above. Yeah, if it doesn't, then obviously it's gonna scream up. So I'll leave that one to you. I'll leave that choice to you, which one you want, whether you want to wait for the pullback or you just want to jump in. You be the boss. This thing, man. What are you doing, bro? Alright, so you can wait for this, or once it closes above, you can just buy for that target. All right, so that is NZD for you. AUD, I'm expecting price to push higher on this as well. My upside objective is 75.04, and my stop is, I'm protecting myself here. Okay, this is the down candles I'm protecting myself from. So I'm expecting a continuation to the upside on this. Dollar CAD, I want to see if price could come up here and look for a sell to come back down to the daily last down candle, the wick. I'm looking for 50% for price to come to the 50%. So actually also on the, so I want to see if price will run up here and then give me an entry. If it doesn't, then this is a breaker, so it could just roll over from this breaker. It's too big for me, and we do have a void. Okay, down candles too quick, so price might probably want to come back up into this range between this and that. Okay, might want to come back in here before going down. That's why I have the sell up there. I would like to sell down here, but it's just too low. Right, it's just too low. From this high to that low, that is discount. We are in a discount area below 50%, so it's not a good idea. Right, so you want to wait for price to come into premium above 50%, then you want to sell there. Okay, so wait for that. If you're impatient and you want to sell here, then by all means do so. Dollar Swiss, this one has gone into a sideways market, so you want to chill out. Don't do anything on this at the moment because it's gone into a sideways market. All right, so since Monday it dropped, came back up, and then we are stuck in this range, so don't do anything at the moment. This looks like an interesting area for a buy short-term wise. It looks an interesting area to look for a short-term buy, okay, or a bounce back up again. So if you do drop here, you could look for a bounce back into this level. That is just a small, maybe a day trade. So price hit this, you want to be buying to come back up here, and that's it. Euro, pound, I'm still looking for a meltdown to take out this equal loss. They've given the support and resistance brothers too much time. Okay, we've come here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's too much. Now they should get punished. So we've come back to this last up candle. I'm expecting price to reject. So with that rejection, it should roll over between today and Friday. It should roll over and quickly run to the day, the weekly last down candle. So we should see. Why have I got so many lines? Right, we should see price drop down here. So going into this afternoon till Friday, I will be expecting price to be down here. So that will begin from where price is at currently. Yeah, we've hit the daily last up candle and it's breaking down. If we take out this low, you want to use that low for a breaker to sell short to continue going lower. Okay, and your target is down there. Okay, so if you take out this low, you could use that because they've rebalanced this up candle, or they've taken orders from this up candle, so it doesn't need to go up there if we break down. So they could just take out their longs and then just continue going lower. So you could use this down candle as a breaker and then look for downside objectives. Aussie, New Zealand, this pair is playing with my patience. We did take out a daily low in here, and we broke market structure. So I was expecting price to at least come and take out this equal high, and just like it did on Monday, it's doing the same thing today, and it's not giving up that. But I suspect that this is just a retracement, because we have a low high, we have a high low, higher high, which broke above this, and this could be just a retracement. So I'm giving it up till here, just exactly this candle's high. That's what I'm giving it up to. If it goes through that, then I think they might continue going down, so I might not be interested in the trade again. So if you're here, this will be probably an opportunity to get a better entry than those of us that bought up here, because I bought the breaker on the 1 hour. Okay, so I bought here, extended out, that's why I got in. So in a bit of a drawdown, but that's fine. Okay, but I'm expecting price to continue going higher. So if you're here, then you might have probably got a better entry than we have. Alright, so that is Aussie, New Zealand, Euro, New Zealand. This morning we had, or I gave them this trade, selling short. Initially I was expecting a run above this high to come up here, but it didn't, and I saw that this last up candle did break or did take out some stops here. So it's not, they've already killed those that were trying to go short here, so it was not necessary for them to come above there again. So I gave this trade to my members to go short and look for first target at this level, and then look for that as another target. So our last target is here, selling up there, and then looking for a target here. We could possibly continue going lower, but this down candle could provide a bit of a bounce again, so that's why we are killing the trade down here. It's just a day trade, nothing much, because we've done pretty well this week, so you don't want to kind of mess up. So you could think price will drop down to this down candle and then probably offer another bounce. So this trade is done. No need to chase it. If you're not in, no need to do anything right now. Same thing on this one. I've been saying, drumming constantly, do not touch it, don't do anything, because price on this could do anything, because it's just going sideways. It's slightly in a channel, but we don't trade channels. I don't trade channels, so this is not the pair you want to be trading. It's not high probability, so do not touch it. You can trade it if you want to trade some retail ideas, but for smart money we are not interested in this, or for institutional trading we are not interested in this, right? So we leave this and then find high probability trades. Pound yen. This morning I mentioned to our members not for price not to close below this, because if it does close below this, it's not good on the hourly basis, because this will be kind of a swing high in the formation. So if we do close below this, that's not a good idea, right? And we have closed below it, so I would like to see how today is gonna close. If we close as we are, then going into Thursday and Friday we could see a pullback down to this area. Okay, we could see a pullback down to that area. So if we happen to close bearish today, then we could see a retracement here, so we can take a sell maybe here. But if this rejects and then goes back up, which was what I was suggesting, that if price comes up here and close above, then they can look for a continuation to the upside. Okay, so that's the same thing that applies to the chart right now. If we close above this high, you could look for a buy to continue going higher. If not, then if we close as we are tomorrow, you could look for a sell to come back down here. New Zealand yen, I'm expecting this last target to be hit for this week, and then that will satisfy will satisfy this trade for me. All right, and that would be a huge. How many pips is there? About 178 pips. That's not bad. 127. That's not bad. Sorry, let's again. Yep, 128 pips. Right. So if we get there, to me, this trade is you need to take a lot of your position off, and then leave the rest, because I still believe that we will go higher than this. Okay, I still believe we will go higher than this. So if you did catch along, by all means take most of your profit here, but you want to leave some on for the, because I see this pair rallying so much. Let's take this things off. The reason why is this is the starting point of every rally. We have a big sideways market, okay, and then we push away, and then we have another consolidation, and then we push away, and then we have another consolidation, and then it continues. So I think this is just the beginning, or the first stage of the rally where price pauses. So we are moving to the second stage where price is going to pause. So I'm expecting something like this right here added to that. So I'm expecting another rally from where we are to that level, and then consolidate again. So if you did catch the long, like I said, just hold on to some of it and then expect a continuation to the upside. All right, Euro yen. I don't want to see price close below this as well. I just had to run the stops and then reject and continue going higher, because the daily is still bullish. Okay, so I'm expecting this level as where it should maybe pause and then maybe go sideways before continuing going up. So where we are now, I want to see price reject, make this a stop run, reject, and then come above that high, and then continuation to the upside, or just go sideways. So it's either we go sideways or it continues going higher. I don't want to see it pull back because it's not good. Right, on the 4-hour we have, let me get rid of this, that one. So on the 4-hour we have the initial consolidation, which begins the trend, and then we had our first area of accumulation. So this is my second area of accumulation, and then price should expand up again, and then maybe give me some form of a reversal or give me another area of accumulation. So I want to see at least 3 areas of accumulation or 2 areas of accumulation, and then one final run before market structure break. Okay, so this thing has to either rally or go sideways, not dropping. Okay, so if you do see signs of rejection in here, which should happen maybe from 3 o'clock, because that's when the yen, I think the yen starts moving. So if you want, you can get buy in here and then look for this upside objective, right? And then once you get there, you can take most of your profit off and then wait and see if you're gonna get one last push above this high, which is what I'm expecting. Swiss yen, we had a beautiful entry this morning from this down candle. It looked scary. I'm not gonna lie, it looked very scary when we were having the live session in the morning, but it had a beautiful rejection. The scarier the trade, the better. So we had a beautiful rejection from the level, and this is where we are at now. So we are expecting this level above this high as our upside objective for now, and then we look for price to run this equal high. So we've got very good trades on this for this week. Monday, one here. Tuesday, one here. Wednesday, one here. So pretty good pair. Responded very well. So I'm expecting a continuation to the upside on this, to continue up to take out this equal high. Alright, if you didn't catch the entry, I've given you where it's going. Okay, so you could frame a trade idea on it. Dollar yen, same thing. We've not got an entry yet on this, but I want to see price drop down here and then rally again. My upside objectives is, if you look here, I have this equal high right there. That's what I'm expecting price to go to. So a buy here and targeting this equal high with first target above that high. Okay, so buy here, first target there, and then second target this equal high. CAD yen, I'm looking for price to give us something in here. So that's what I'm expecting price to drop to, and then we look for a continuation to the upside. So CAD yen, wait for that pullback into that gap. I think it might reaccumulate this today, or quote unquote a down candle today, and then tomorrow it resumes going back up again. So you could look for a buy at this level. Probably might not do it today, but tomorrow or late afternoon my time, could just drift down, come here, and then tomorrow starts rallying again. So that's the level you're looking at for a trade idea. New Zealand CAD, I've had this trade idea from Monday where I gave this, I think Monday during the live session, I gave these 3 levels to watch for a possible retracement, and then once we retrace to that level, you want to look for a buy to continue going higher. It's similar to NZD, NZD USD. Whenever it pulls back, you want to be a buyer. Anytime it pulls back, you want to be a buyer. So it came back down to this level, which is a daily down candle. At the same time, we had a really nice last down candle in here prior to this move, and that's where we are pushing off from. So again, I'm expecting higher prices. This was my first target with the trade here. That was the first target, and because we do have a higher high, we might struggle to break above that today, but maybe tomorrow it will find it easier to break. So I'm expecting price to find support or resistance in here, and then maybe a little bit of a pullback, and then a continuation to the upside. On gold, I'm expecting lower prices to come to, where's my level? Yeah, so I'm expecting gold to drop down here. So I do have this level for price to rebalance. There was a last up candle in there, so I'm looking for price to rally, rebalance this, and then drop back down again. And that, I think, will be it for the drop on gold for this year. And then maybe we could start seeing accumulation again to start going higher, because if you look at what happened here, if you look at what happened here, okay, this was all accumulation of positions. It's not just normal sideways. They were taking out stops up and down. So when that happens, they are picking up orders, and I think they've started buying. So they started buying up here, and then they bought here, because you could see we do have potential equal high. All right, so that is a really decent area. Once we reverse, I'll be expecting price to come up and take out this equal high, that high and that high. All right, so they've engineered equal high, accumulation, distribution. So they're gonna distribute one more time, and then I'll probably accumulate longs down here. So that's what I'll be watching going forward. I mean, we're selling from there and then coming back down, and I'll be watching it how it's gonna turn around and then start coming back up. Coming back up, it needs to rebalance this. So if we get above this high, let's say price drops down here, okay, and then we see price coming back up. As soon as it breaks this high, I'll be looking for a long to come here, but first of all to rebalance this. Okay, so you could look for a scenario like this. Oil, so oil, Monday I think I gave a trade idea that we will be coming to fill that weekly gap. So that's the weekly gap. After we closed above this high, okay, it just gave me the go ahead that they want to come there, okay, and we did. Now they've closed above this gap on the 4-hour and on hourly basis, so I think it's not necessary for it to kind of it's not necessary for it to go into a retracement. It should just continue going higher. So if it's to continue going higher, then I'll be expecting let's go into the weekly. Right, I'll be expecting the next upside objective to be this high and that low, or that high and this low. Those will be my upside objectives. So on the lower time frame, I had this as a potential trade idea where we had price accumulate longs in here, and then we pushed higher, accumulate here. I've not seen manipulation yet, so this should be another area of accumulation, and it should extend its wings to the next upside objective. So on oil, you could look for a long to continue going higher. All right, could look for a long to continue going higher. Aussie CAD, I'm still expecting higher prices on this. So if we trace to this down candle, I'm still expecting higher prices, right? So that's where we are at, and that's where I'm expecting price to go. So I'll leave this one up to you to decide what you want to do with it. So have a look for a second, and then I'll take it away. All right, okay, Aussie yen, I'm looking for this as a potential buy. We do have confluence here, which was a previous area of resistance, or I'll call it rejection, because we rejected here and then price went through it. So I'll expect price to support here and then continue going higher. So that's Aussie yen. Now let's go back and check some of the trade ideas I gave. Swiss yen, I was looking for price to come up here before the sell. Let's go on this one rather. Where is it? This is not bad. Where we are at now, we've broken market structure on the hourly, so you could sell short on this for a continuation to the downside, but your profits will be limited, so maybe not a good idea, because we do have a gap and a down candle which also took stops. Let's drop down to the 30 minutes and see where we could drop to. We could drop down here. It's not bad for a trade idea. Selling short the breaker and targeting this. It's just about 11 pips. It's not worth it. Okay, just watch and learn how price moves from one breaker to a bullish order block. So just watch it and learn it. Don't do anything on this. We've already talked about CAD yen. Pound CAD, we do have this trade that is running. We've just rejected. It went down more than I expected it to do, but we've rejected. So I'm expecting a continuation to the upside. We have seasonal with us on this trade, so we should see a continuation to the upside. Now I would like you to take some profit just above that high and make sure that the trade is risk-free, and then you take something off here as your next upside objective, and then you let the rest run. Okay, so you take something off here, something off there, and then you let the rest run. Okay, EuroCAD, in case you want to watch this trade again, I'll leave it there for a second. Right, okay, so I've given enough time. Now, the next EuroCAD, we are still looking for price to drop down here. There's so many lines on this chart, but we are still looking for price to drop down there, right here. That's what I'm expecting price to drop to before I do anything. So on EuroCAD, you want to wait till price get to this level before you engage. So where we are now, you're not interested in anything. This is where you should be interested. Okay, I'll be looking for a buy to continue going higher. And you wanted me to talk about Aussie Swiss. Right, Aussie Swiss, yeah, this should take out this high. Okay, it should take out that high, so you just got to be patient with Aussie Swiss. I think we have the Aussie New Zealand dropping, and it's not helping the Aussie at the moment, right? We have the Aussie New Zealand dropping, so it's not helping this pair at the moment. Ow. So it just seems like dislocated my shoulder. Okay, so this, you want to be patient with it. It might pull back down. It might pull back down a little bit more. We have this low, that high, so it might pull back down into somewhere in here, 618 and 705. It might put down there, and then a continuation to the upside. It's leaving equal high in here, so there's a chance that it will come back up again. So you want to focus this gap. Okay, you want to focus on that gap for a potential rejection and a continuation to the upside. Sure, I can talk about gold. Give me a second, I'll talk about gold. And I hope you did take I hope you did take some profit on the Aussie Swiss, on the Euro Swiss, because I mentioned that, you know, that level up there, yeah, you cannot see anything in there. This is one of the things I just recently learned by learning about Wyckoff. Okay, this is one of the things I've just recently, just about 2 weeks ago, that I learned about Wyckoff, where inside a wick, okay, where we had a drop away, inside a wick, you will find out that there is something in there that could stop price. And especially if you investigate the wick and you see the last up candle and it was not traded to. So if we go back in time, okay, it's not allowing me on the 5 minutes. Let's go on the 15. Okay, 15 it does. Okay, there we go. So this will be a tip for all of you. So if you have a wick, this is the rejection block that I always talk about, which is taught by my mentor, ICT. Okay, when he talks about the rejection block, the wick, you want to investigate the wick and see what actually happened inside there. So what I found out is about Wyckoff is, if you do see a Wyckoff distribution inside the wick, like I said, I just 2 weeks ago I found it, or I started seeing it, and that's what gave me that Euro trade target. That price got there and sold off on Monday. So when you see the wick and you investigate it and it's got a Wyckoff distribution schematic, which you have your so if I drop down to the 5 minutes, it will not let me get to the 5 minutes, but in here you will see a Wyckoff distribution schematic in here, where we had the uptrust, uptrust, and then uptrust after distribution. So you UT and then UTAD, this one. When it doesn't retest, all right, when you have the UTAD, uptrust after distribution, if there is no retest, like here, so you see price didn't touch this up candle. When there is no retest and you see this in the wick, inside the wick, okay, you should pay attention, because when price gets back up here, this is the retest. So if price does not retest it here, okay, so this is essentially, if you look closely, a breaking market structure on this time frame on the 15 minutes, but price never gets back to the breaker, the order block. Okay, it does sell off from the breaker, but it doesn't get to the order block. So if it doesn't, in Wyckoff, that is the retest. Okay, the retest is the return to the order block. If it doesn't do that, you want to mark that level, because in future price is gonna get back and sell off, and that's what you've got here. And that's what you got here. So it's like a precise entry level if you want to sell short. Okay, it's a precise entry level if you want to sell short, but you have to practice a lot to get confidence in it to sell short. If not, then you will not get confidence to sell short. All right, so that's why I told you to take something off, because price is gonna sell off from here, just like I showed you on Euro. Let's go back to Euro, because when I saw it, it was just amazing, like the way price kind of sold off on Euro. So look at this one. Let's go back and I'll show you same thing in here. There you go. So this was a perfect sell. You will notice that price will also sell off here, because price never got back to the breaker itself. So if you see, we have the Wyckoff distribution in here. We have the we call it the buying climax. we have the buying climax. Then you have the UTR. You can't even pronounce them. It's the UT uptrust, and then you have the uptrust after distribution. So this is the uptrust after distribution. So when we break the uptrust low, which is this low here, when it comes to ICT, this is a breaker, and this is the bearish order block. Right? So if price does not hit this, in future it's gonna come back to this and then drop again. Okay, in future it's gonna come back to this and drop again, and then here, okay, if price didn't touch it, it's gonna come to this and also drop again. So you have two areas of high probability sell. So if you go back in time, in future, I want you to see how price traded in these two areas. Okay, that is the first touch to the breaker. Okay, and then price sold off. Look how it went down from that same level. It went down, and then it came back up again. And then this time it came to the pip, that last up candle there, and then it sold off aggressively again. See that? And then price now traded above it. So those two levels is now going to act as support. Yeah, it's going to act as support. That's why when price came back down, it found support there, and price is finding those words, support and resistance, at those two levels, right? So I'm going back to the lab. Yeah, you need to go back to the lab, because I'm in the lab studying this, because it's so damn precise. Look at the precision there, and then look at the precision here. All right, it's so damn precise. But that's when price came above and then went up. That's why in the morning I mentioned that you should take something off there, because price is not gonna go up. Okay, so that was your let's go back. Yeah, so that's what led to your drop. Okay, but price is gonna come back up, I think. Yeah, price is gonna come back up. It's just a pullback. Okay, it's a pullback. It's gonna come back up again. It's just that sell-off is, looking at it, is ridiculous. Okay, and then you can sell another breaker in here to continue going lower. Yeah, that is mad snipe entry there. I'm studying it. I'm in the lab studying every day on this kind of entries, because there was one. I'll show you another one. Actually, let me check the G card trade. That's nice to see. Right, I'll show you another trade similar to that one on Euro New Zealand. Right, let me show you another one on Euro New Zealand. Here. Okay, so this is another wick. So this is another wick in here. Okay, so what happened here, if I investigate this last up this wick, you're gonna see where this came from. So if I drop down to the 5, let's investigate the 5 minutes, because you will see that same thing in here. Yeah, let's go to the 3 minutes, because I think I saw it on the 3 minutes. Yeah, here. So if you see here, it's the same thing where we had price. The way I saw it was, we had this as the buying climax, this as the UT, and this as the UTAD, which took out these stops. Okay, so price broke down. So when price broke down, usually it needs to retest the last up candle. So this is the last up candle, but here realize that it did test or it did mitigate the last down candle, right? So because it mitigated the last down candle, when it's coming back up, it's going to come for the last up candle. So if I draw my line there, okay, that's my last up candle. So that's what I'm expecting what price to now come to, and I can sell short here with a stop above the wick. Okay, so I'm selling here with a stop above the wick, and then let's see what happens. Right there, that's where price stopped, and then the rest was history, where price went all the way down. Okay, so it's a really powerful thing if you can identify it on your chart. Very powerful. All right, so that is the Wyckoff distribution with ICT on attached to it. Let's go back, and okay, so we are dropping into the down candle. Let's see if we're gonna get a reversal. So gold, someone asked for gold. So gold, I am expecting gold to drop maybe from here if it does get up there, and then my target is this low. So on gold, I'm expecting it to drop here, and then I will start looking for a consolidation again. So Emmanuel, I hope that will help you. I'm expecting gold to drop back down here and then consolidate. I'm not expecting it to go higher where we are now. I'm expecting it to drop one more time and then consolidate before maybe going higher. Any other pair? Any other pair anyone wants me to look at? Yeah, pound card. Yeah, that's the one. My eye is on the same thing. Yeah, that's what I'm also watching. I did catch my entry, so fingers crossed we get a really good move away on this one. back to the indices. We are retracing. A good idea, but it should continue going higher. It should reach for that level. Let's have a look why it's retracing. It's been to the main threshold. That's not the rejection, so we should go higher again. Yeah, we should go high again. Should bounce off from this down candle and continue going higher. German 30, that should also reach for, it should reach for that level. IT 40, we're almost at that first target there, and then Franc 40, we've reached the target, so we'll be looking for next upside objective. Yesterday I did give an idea on sugar. Where is it? Okay, it's broken down. It's broken down, so let's see where it could reverse again. It's on the 4-hour daily, right? It should reverse here. We have a gap, so it should see another trade from here and then move above that high. It should go above that high again from there. And that is it. Crypto, we are almost at all-time high, so if you are planning to buy Bitcoin, you need to be careful. We've done accumulation, we've accumulated sideways, we've accumulated 4 times, so we could see one more crazy rally. We should see one more crazy rally and then maybe a reversal. If it doesn't reverse above this high, then 28,000 is our next upside objective. Okay, so if we don't reverse after taking out this high, let's go on the weekly. Okay, if we don't reverse, okay, after taking out this high, then we're going to 28,000. Why 28,000? Because if I measure this to this low, sorry, 27. Hang on. Find the low properly. Alright, and change this to OTE. Let's do the opposite. -2 -2 274. Okay, so 25. And then 30. So if you don't reject, okay, if you don't reverse from here, then we will be going to 25. Okay, so fingers crossed it doesn't, and then it just keep going up, because that would make my end of year sweet. And then I'll expect Ripple to also reach for should, after taking out that high, should go for this one, and nothing in there until we get up here. So Ripple is looking at $1.40, $1.40, and then ETH 628. That's what I'm expecting it to reach for now. I think it's got potentials to go higher, but for now I'm looking at 628 on this one. Okay, that should be it from my side. I've got 15 minutes. Anything anyone wants to ask me, I am open for discussion. I am open for discussion. Anything anyone wants to ask me for us to talk about, I've only got 15 minutes, so we can talk about it. What's my favorite Thanksgiving meal? Well, to be honest, I don't have a favorite meal. I just eat. I don't eat much. Because I spend most of my time in front of the chart, especially during the night, so I have a bit of a eating disorder where I don't eat much. So I kind of eat a lot of snacks. So I don't have a favorite food. I eat lots of snacks and that's it. But I love pasta. Spaghetti. I love spaghetti bolognese because I lived in Italy in my teenage life. I lived in Italy when I was 15, from 15 to 21. So I pretty much grew up in Italy. So because of that, I kind of adapted to Italian food. So I love my pasta bolognese. I love my pizza. Yeah, those are my favorite food, if I should put them as favorite foods. How deep do you see Aussie New Zealand going? Aussie New Zealand is just to playing with emotions now. It's playing with emotions. We have this gap that has it came to, right, and it rejected on the daily. It came and took out this low and broke market structure. Okay, traded above this. Let's remove. Okay, it traded above this down candle. To me, with this, that is bullish. Okay, any camp would tell you that this is bullish, but you don't control price, so anything can happen, and this is what happened. So I'm not forcing the trade idea, but as we are currently sitting right there, if it's gonna reverse, it should reverse here. Okay, it doesn't need to close. It doesn't need to close below here. We've got about roughly 2 hours on this time frame. Okay, on the 4-hour, we don't need to close below here. If it does close below here, you want to bail out on the trade. Okay, so if it does close below here, you want to bail out, because we have a low. We are coming from a high time frame level. We have a low, we have a high, and we've broken above it. So technically, this shouldn't even drop down here. We should find support right there. Okay, and then continue going higher, at least for this equal high. So this is the last line you want to draw. That price shouldn't close below. If it does close below, that is not a good trade. You should bail out and then look for a potential, like we have New Zealand pound CAD running. Okay, so we have pound CAD running. Maybe just focus on that and look for the upside objectives if this closes below. If it doesn't close below, then by all means keep it, because it can just be a wick and then reject. At the same time, don't forget we do have the FOMC meetings at 7. I know these days it doesn't move price much. Maybe they could surprise everyone and do something crazy today. So do not forget we do have the FOMC minutes at 7. Alright. So yeah, that's your last line in the sand. You don't want price to go above there and below here. How long have I got? I got 7 minutes. Ask me any question you want. Okay, ask me any question you want, and I will provide you with an answer. Honestly, I feel like NZD is going to explode. I don't know, it feels like it because they're going sideways. Okay, if this is consolidation, rally, consolidation, I feel like it's going to rally. Yeah, that pair is heavily manipulated. It's manipulated when it gets to high time frame levels, because that's where the that's where the accumulation happens. So if look at this level here. Okay, look at price action here. What do you think this is? Okay, this is a manipulation on the higher time frame level. That's why I feel like this pair is gonna rally, because they did manipulate. Manipulation means that they are picking up orders. So if you are a fan of Wyckoff, okay, if you're a fan of Wyckoff, you will see Wyckoff schematic in here where we have you look at the, let's actually look at it. Wyckoff accumulation. Right, look at this. Where is it? Right there. Right, look at this. So we have PS, or they call it preliminary support, and then they've got a secondary test, and then they've got a spring, and then price takes off. Okay, so take notice of PS, secondary test, spring. And let's go on to this and show you what price did after. What it didn't show you, it doesn't show you what pair. I would have showed you what price did, how far this thing went up. Okay, so we have PS, secondary test, spring, and then price left off. We go to the yen. Right, we have PS, secondary test, spring, and then we rallied. This is where we are at now. Okay, you can look for the same pattern, or you can see the same pattern in here where we have PS, secondary test. This could be the spring, and then this could just rally again. Okay, that's why I feel like this pair is gonna pump up. So the reason why I showed you that is, if you look at this pair, it looks like it's accumulating, because they always do. It always accumulates at high time frame levels. All right. So price is always going to accumulate at high time frame levels. It doesn't do that randomly. It's going to do it at logical areas. So when it gets to like weekly level, monthly levels, that's when it does that. So we are currently, okay, this hold down move is a monthly bullish order block, okay, and that's where we are now. So for them to reverse price, it has to reaccumulate. Okay, so there is going to be manipulation here, and that's what I think is going on there. Okay, but we shouldn't close below this week, the rejection block, because we've broken market structure. Remember the pattern. Okay, we have a lower low in here, and then we broke market structure, so it shouldn't close below. We should just reject this and then pump back up again. All right, my people, it's 3:30. My time is up. So thank you for coming. YouTube members, I'll see you guys on Monday at 2 p.m. My members, VIP members, I will see you guys tomorrow at tomorrow at 9. All right. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Pay attention to the pound cards. What other trades? You want to also look at Aussie yen. Look at Aussie yen. But most importantly, pay attention to card. All right, because we do have seasonal with us on this trade, so I'll focus more on this. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day,